This is an update on the retail market for first quarter 2021. The obvious headlines, as you can imagine, after a pandemic were a lot of vacancies and rents coming down. But what I wanted to do is dig in a little bit and see, what things really transpired inside of that, and then what can we expect in the future. The biggest number is a net absorption of minus 328,000 square feet. That's a lot of people going out of business. That's a lot of dark stores. When we dig into it, it is the vast majority in malls and mostly at Ala Moana Center. So some really large chunks at Ala Moana Center, and then the Sears store at Pearl Ridge. We haven't seen this kind of vacancy since 2003, 2004, when JCPenney left the market. But you may remember, you may look back now, all those spaces were backfilled, all with much higher paying, smaller retail tenants. It's not going to be as easy this time around, but as the economy grows, they will come back, so there will be a little pain for the next 2 to 3 years in those marketplaces. The biggest issue we still have is the Japanese tourists are still not coming to Hawaii. It's too much for them to go back and be quarantined for 14 days, so there's virtually no Japanese tourists in Waikiki. They're the largest spending visitors we have. So in Waikiki, in the resort markets, things are hit pretty hard. Expect that to come back after the Olympics. Retail rents have declined only 2.8%. So that's not too bad. I would have expected it would have been greater with that much vacancy. So landlords are holding their own. And one of the strongest sections of the market are restaurants. We did a separate video on the Restaurant Recovery Act, $26.8 billion in money that's about to get distributed. The worst is definitely over for restaurants, in my opinion. There's a lot of money. We've seen people come out, sign new leases in anticipation of getting those monies. And as one of my colleagues said, the best deals are behind us, certainly in the restaurant world, for the retail marketplace. One example behind me you can see here is the very famous Leonard's Bakery. It's Monday morning in the middle of the morning. There's a line out the door. It looks like there's 30 people waiting. There are instances of this all across Oahu and in our secondary market for products that people want. So there are some highlights and some strong sectors. The people that did survive will have less competition. So it's a long, slow recovery to full recovery, particularly for our Asian visitors and spending guests. But there's many bright spots still in the Hawaii retail economy. As always, you can check our website, thebrattonteam.com, or our YouTube page and subscribe there for updates on properties we have available and other informational pieces. Thanks so much, and aloha from Oahu.